Hi guys, so today I'm going to be tasting this. It is Acarusho sweet banana based alcoholic beverage. And every now and again I see something in the shop that I haven't had before, so I'll go and pick it up and find out what it's like. And when I saw this I thought, ooh, because years ago, there used to be a group of nuns in Nyamirambo, and I don't know if they're still there. If they're still there, let me know. But these nuns were absolutely famous for their homemade banana beer. And you had to take your own plastic bottle, and it was so potent that you were only ever allowed to buy 1 litre at a time. They would never sell more than a litre's plastic bottle to any one person. And believe me, 1 litre was more than enough. I remember I had a very good night with my friend Isaac once, and we got absolutely blottoed on this stuff. And so basically banana beer, it's called banana beer. It's more kind of like a wine, a fortified wine. It looks like muddy water. It doesn't look very appetizing. And it's got a very, very distinctive taste. It's flat. There's no fizz in it. It's got a very distinctive taste. And it is extremely potent. So I wouldn't say it's sort of sweet, but you can also taste sort of the kick in it. And I wouldn't say it's particularly pleasant, but it's not unpleasant either. But then you don't really drink it for the flavour. So when I saw this, Acarusho sweet banana based alcoholic beverage, it says proudly made in Rwanda on the back. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit of an Imigongo pattern. And on the back it says that the headquarters are in Nyiringarama. So if you watched my desktop tour of Rwanda, you will know that Nyiringarama is where the famous service station is. So it's 14%. So it's very alcoholic. I mean, 14% is a good strong wine. And the ingredients are banana juice, pisang awak, it's got in brackets. I'm not too sure what that is, so I need to look that up. Pisang awak, water, sugar, sorghum and yeast. So it's sort of a banana sorghum hybrid. So here the famous home brews, the one that you drink out of the calabash. It's usually either banana or sorghum or honey. So this one's got bananas and sorghum in. So what I like is it's got the ingredients in all 3 languages. So you've got English, banana juice, you've got French, juice de banana, and you've got Kinyarwanda, juicy and zizi. And it's also got a little age warning on here, so I don't know if you can see that, but you can't sell it to anybody under the age of 18. So the drinking age in Rwanda is 18, which is the same as the UK. Now the interesting thing about Nyamirambo is it's the oldest part of the city, and it's also the Muslim quarter. So you've got a big mosque at the start of this high street that goes up the hill. But what's really, really interesting in Rwanda is that the Muslim quarter of town is also the most liberal party area. So it's kind of like in the before times, before COVID happened, Nyamirambo was open all night. That is where the bars were, the clubs, and it was just party central. And also the more liberal area where a lot of LGBT people live, and a lot of the organisations are based there. So it's kind of like an interesting juxtaposition, kind of coming from somewhere like the UK, you don't tend to expect the Muslim quarter to also be the party area, especially because of the alcohol sort of crossover there. But weirdly, living in Rwanda, it makes sense that if there were a group of nuns who were making banana beer, it would be in Nyamirambo. So go figure. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that is my entire house shaking. They're building a road behind my house, and I'm not sure what they're using to do it, but whatever it is, every now and again my entire house shakes. All right, let's open it up and see what it looks like. I'm usually a bit uncouth. I usually drink from the bottle or the can, but today I am going to pour it into my makeshift glass, which is a Nutella tub, recycled Nutella tub. got a bit of a musky smell to it. It smells like if you leave bananas out in the sun for a day or two, which might be how it is made. But let's see what it looks like. Oh, right, okay, yeah. That looks exactly like the banana wine that you get in the Amarambo, banana beer. Yeah, it's technically it's banana beer, but it's strong. It's 14%, so it's a wine. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see this. Yeah, so as you can see, it's like really thick brown water. It's you can't see through it. If you hold it up to the light, you can't see through it. And it's not fizzy either. It's sort of flat. Strange. It also kind of smells weirdly like coffee. There's no coffee in it, but it has a sort of a coffee-ish smell. Okay, so cheers. Yeah, that tastes very much like the nuns make. It's got a sort of it does taste weirdly like coffee. That's strange. That I don't know why. Like a mixture of. Okay, how do you describe it? I'm gonna have to keep drinking in order to describe it. That's my excuse. What's yours? It tastes like banana skin that's been out in the sun for a few days, mixed with coffee, and it's got quite a nice sweet. It doesn't like taste overly of banana. I'd say it tastes more of coffee than it does of banana. And it's quite sweet. It's not overpoweringly sweet, but it's a little bit sweet. It's sweet around the front of the tongue, and then a couple of seconds after you've drunk it, you feel like this warmth go down the back of your throat. It's like boom, right at the back of your throat. So you can taste the alcohol in it. I mean, one can of that, I mean, yeah, 14%, you're going to have a happy afternoon. If you have a couple of those, you probably need to head off to bed. It kind of, yeah, I actually quite like it. I know that I'm spluttering and coughing. I don't find the taste to be unpleasant. I find the colour of it to be a little bit disturbing because it does just look like muddy river water. And it is strong, but I don't find it... It's not an overpowering taste. I don't find it unpleasant. I will happily finish the rest of this. Yeah, it kind of reminds me, I spent Christmas in Sierra Leone in 2008, so years ago. And my friend, we went to the beach one evening and I saw people harvesting palm wine. So I don't want to get stereotypical here, but I'm going to, is East Africa, so Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, that kind of sort of landmass, those group of countries tend to be seen as kind of conservative and reserved in comparison to West Africa. So sort of West Africa is more of an eternal Mardi Gras. It's crazy. You get spirit parades, you get people dressing up as gods in elaborate costumes. You have the masks, which Congo, DRC is very well known for, and everywhere in West Africa is known for. But then when you get to sort of East Africa, that kind of cabaret sort of feel vibe has sort of disappeared. I don't know. There are loads of theories for it. I mean, one of my friends suggested, well, maybe it's because, you know, Christian missionaries, the climate is is a bit kinder on the east of Africa, so maybe they established themselves a bit more firmly, and that's what happened there. But there is another theory for it, which is the palm trees, because in West Africa you literally have got alcohol trees. That is what the palm trees are. People, they tie like a bamboo hoop around their waists and around the tree, and then they walk up the trunk of the tree, smack a hole in it, put a bucket underneath, and they harvest the sap from the palms. So in the UK, if you've ever seen a birch tree and somebody's cut off the branch of the birch tree, it is a waterfall. It's just water pouring out of it. And if you collect that, then you can make that into wine. And that's exactly the same with the palms. I think I called it a date palm. I'm not sure if it is a date palm. It is a palm tree of some description. And the weird thing about the palm trees is when the sap comes out of them, it is already fermenting. So you can take the sap out of the palm tree, you can drink it straight away. It feels very naturally very fizzy for some reason. Not like carbonated, but you feel like the fizz on your tongue. And it's very sweet. And it's just like cloudy water. And you can drink that and that's fine. And then if you leave it, it becomes more and more alcoholic. And less sweet. So the more alcoholic it becomes, the bitter it becomes, because I suppose the natural yeast is turning the sugar into the alcohol. And then when it reaches the alcohol point that you want, you just put it in the fridge and that stops the fermentation. But it can get potent. And every tree has got a different flavour. So some of them are very sweet, some of them are a little bit more dry. And it's just absolutely fascinating. You can get entire jerry cans of palm wine out of just a couple of trees. And so that was another kind of theory as to why East Africa is a little bit more reserved and West Africa is a little bit more crazy. Is because, I mean, could you imagine what the UK would be like if you had alcohol trees? If you could just go into your garden, walk up a tree, smack it and get alcohol. Yeah, nobody would do anything. Anything. Nothing would get done, ever. Whereas at least with something like banana beer, you've actually got to go through the brewing process. I mean, it's like with sorghum, you've got to collect the sorghum, you've got to crush the sorghum, you've got to brew the sorghum to make the beer. Whereas it's a little bit more freely and easily available in West Africa. So who knows? But yeah, Akarusho. I give you the thumbs up there. That is quite palatable.